Hello there gamers, Gondor here and welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy II. This version of Final Fantasy II is the Dawn of Souls version, released for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. This game was also released for the Sony PlayStation 1, it was remade for the PSP as well, and it was originally released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I'm playing the Dawn of Souls version because, well, this will be a lot easier for me. Because if you remember back when I done my Final Fantasy 1 LP, I did have slight trouble with that, you know, remembering what weapons boosted what stats, and what weapons actually went to whom. But with these modern ones, this one should be very, very easy for me. So, let's go ahead and start a new game, shall we? Now, Final Fantasy II is the first Final Fantasy where your characters actually have default names. We have Firion, Maria, Guy, and Leon. Now, for the purpose of this LP, I'm just going to keep everyone as their default names, but you can change them if you want. It doesn't really change the story at all. Okay, it just changes what people say as the character's name. So, whenever you're ready, press the start button, select yes, and let's begin our adventure into the world of Final Fantasy II. A long-lived peace. Is at an end. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth monsters from the underworld and has begun his campaign for world conquest. A rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn to thwart the Emperor's plans. But the rebels' castle fell to an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote town of Altair. Four youths from Fynn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They had lost their parents at the hands of the Empire, but their escape wasn't over. And we are thrust straight into a fight right at the start. So, let me tell you guys, there is absolutely nothing you can do here. These four Black Knights will instantly annihilate you. See, look at that damage. Look at that, over 800. That's just insane. So I'm just telling you guys right now, if anyone says that they can beat these four Black Knights right at this point, then they're probably lying. Trust me, I know. So there's really nothing much you can do, so you're just going to have to let your characters fall in battle. Okay, because that's how you're going to progress the game. Yeah, I bet you guys, when you guys first played Final Fantasy II, I bet you were thinking, how the hell am I going to continue this game? You know, I can't lose this fight. And then you probably found out a few seconds later that actually letting your characters fall in battle is the only way to continue the game. You know, and I know that some RPGs actually do that, you know, you're actually supposed to lose the fight in order to continue, you know. I think that's actually quite a good speedrun tactic, you know, if you like want to speedrun a game and actually losing the fight kind of like speeds things up a bit, you know. But I suppose the only way to actually defeat these four Black Knights right at the start is if you like maybe put in like a cheat code or something and boost your character stats up to maximum and see what happens. But I don't know what happens if you guys play any version of Final Fantasy II and you know, like a cheat code to boost your character stats. Record it and send me a link to it, or if you know someone who's already done it on YouTube or something, you know, let me know and put a link in the comments so I can look at it, because I would really like to see if there is any changes, you know. But as you can see, we are now have been revived, so we're all a-okay. Except that, well, as you can see, we're missing someone. Yeah, where is Leon? Well, I hope he's okay. Now, I'm going to get this right out here now, guys. I have never finished Final Fantasy 2, okay? I did get pretty far in it, but yeah, I've never finished it, so this is going to be a first if I ever... Well, I will be finishing this game if I'm let's playing this, then obviously I'm going to finish it. So yeah. And if you guys want to know what Final Fantasies I've not finished, I've not finished this one. I've not finished 5. I've not finished 6. I've not finished 11. If I don't even have 11 because, well, I don't play online pay-to-play games. And I've not finished 14 because I don't own it. And I don't have or owned A Realm Reborn. Now that's only for the main series. For the spin-off series, I've not finished Final Fantasy Tactics for the Game Boy Advance, even though I do have that one, so you never know, I might let's play that one in the future. And I've not finished Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. And even though I do have that one as well, but I've never really finished it, because I'm not really a big fan of those games where you you move units through squares and that. But anyway, this game is something unique. As you can see, the words Wild Rose is highlighted in red. That means that you can learn it. So in this game there are various key terms that you can learn. So let's ask about the Wild Rose. It's the insignia of the Kingdom of Fynn, so yeah. Now, I don't know if we'll need to like get rid of some old terms, because, like I said, I've never finished this one, and even though I got far in it, but I didn't get too far. I'll let you know if I ever remember where I got to. So, yeah. But for now, so yeah, I think that's all the Final Fantasies that I've not played yet. Well, I should say I've not finished. I have finished Final Fantasy Tactics A2, Grimoire of the Rift. You know, the one for the Nintendo DS. I've also finished the one just called Final Fantasy for the Nintendo DS. You know, that Final Fantasy game where it's like you wear hats to change your jobs. So yeah, I've finished that one. And I think that's it, as far as I know. If there's any other Final Fantasies that I've not mentioned, then I probably haven't heard of them. I probably can't remember them, or they're probably not out yet. But I have heard of another Final Fantasy that's going to be coming out called Final Fantasy Explorers, I think, which looks like it's going to be very, very awesome. So I'll probably get that when it comes out. And yeah, I think that is it. But just to let you guys know, the ones that I have finished, I finished Final Fantasy 1, I finished Final Fantasy 3, the DS version, you know, since I don't have the NES one. I finished Final Fantasy 4 on the DS as well. I've got the DS version, the Complete Collection, and the PS1 version as well. Oh yeah, that's another Final Fantasy that I have, but I've not finished yet. That you know the Complete Collection of Final Fantasy 4, the one that's for the PSP. That one came with like 2 extra like Final Fantasies, but still part of the Final Fantasy IV storyline. The one which I think is, yeah, the one that takes place after Final Fantasy IV with the main character's son, and the one that takes place in between Final Fantasy IV and the one with the main character's son. So yeah, I've not finished those ones, even though I do have them. So yeah, I've finished Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-2, 12, 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. So yeah. So now you guys know what Final Fantasies I have and finished, which ones I have and haven't finished, and which ones I don't have and I couldn't really care about. So well, basically the only ones that I don't really care about are the PC ones and the online ones, which are like pay to play. You know, if they make a Final Fantasy online game, or if they change Final Fantasy 11, 14, and A Realm Reborn to be... Oh, no, we don't want to leave it into the world map yet. If they make the online ones to be free to play, then sure, I would love to buy them and play them. But unfortunately, for me, the worst Final Fantasies are the online pay to play ones. Although the stories look fantastic, the graphics are great, characters are awesome. You know, I really like massive open world online MMOs. But if it's pay to play, then my ratings for it go right down. You know, games should not, under any circumstances, be pay to play. I just can't stand it. You know, some people say it is worth it, but I don't think so. Okay, but anyway, enough ranting about that. Let's start talking about this game. Okay, so I've bought 2 magics, Fire and Cure. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Firion my Cure Tome. So he's going to be my white mage of the group. And I'm going to give my Fire Tome and all other black magics to Maria. Now, we started off with 400 gil, so obviously we didn't really have enough to spend a lot on weapons and armour. So why don't we just stay around this town and get into a few fights so I can explain about the battle systems and stuff. Okay, now this Final Fantasy, the battle system and leveling system is kind of unique. It's different from Final Fantasy 1 in that there is no level up system, as in to boost your character's parameters that way. To boost your character's parameters, you have to continuously use your weapons, continuously use your magic, continuously get hit, continuously defend. So yeah, this is quite a unique Final Fantasy, because as you can see, Guy and Firion, they were continuously missing with their physical attacks. That's because that their weapon skills are really low, and I'll show you those after this fight. Now, Guy is probably your strongest physical attacker. Now, Firion starts off with a broadsword, or just a sword. Yeah, just a broadsword. He's got a buckler, no head armour, he's got leather armour, and nothing on his hands. Maria, she's got a bow. Now, bows are two-handed weapons, so if you give a character a bow, they're not going to be able to equip a shield, okay? So keep that in mind. So that's why Maria's in the back, you know? Because obviously characters in the front, they will deal more damage, but they'll take more damage. Characters in the back will deal less damage, but they'll also take less damage. But because Maria's got a bow, her damage won't be affected, okay? And Guy, axe, I'm pretty sure axes are two-handed, I'm not so sure. I'll try and give him a shield and see what happens, but I'm pretty sure axes are two-handed. Okay? Now let's go to status. So here's all of our weapon stats. Now, as you can see, Firion's sword and shields have gone up quite a bit since that fight. Now, I don't know what the maximum level is for each weapon here. So, from top to bottom, we have unarmed, daggers, swords, canes, axes, spears, bows, and shields. Okay, and it's the same with magic as well. They will also have their own little bar, as you can see. So whenever you use it, that little bar will fill up, and when it reaches maximum, the spell will level up, and you will be able to heal more or deal more damage. In fact, what's my... yeah, I'm pretty sure they can handle another fight. So yeah, now, I know that during my Final Fantasy 1 LP, I kept every single fight in. And what I'm going to do for this LP, and possibly future RPG games that I do, especially if it's random encounters, I'm going to cut out all the fights of monsters that we've already seen. But I'll keep in important fights, like boss fights, and fights with monsters that we've not seen yet. So as you can see, some characters' weapons leveled up. So Firian's sword and shield is now level 2, Maria's sword's level 2, and Guy's axe is level 2. In fact, wait, how much gil do I have? I have 319. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do... oh, here's a new enemy, a leg eater. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple of fights here, get some gil, and go back into town and get some characters' armor and get the other black magics for Maria. Now, for Guy, magic-wise, I'll probably give him some... I'll give him a cure spell and maybe one black magic spell, but I won't be having him as my big magic user, you know, unless I really, really need to. Because I can't remember if you boost one stat, some other stats decrease. So like if I continuously boost my attack stat, some of my magic stats will increase. So yeah, you're really going to have to be very, very careful on what you do in Final Fantasy 2. 9 gil to restore. Okay, sure. Now, the ends in this game, the price isn't set. Basically, you get charged more the more damage that you've taken. So obviously, the less damage you've taken, then the cheaper it's going to be. So obviously, it depends on your guys' preference. If you want to go out, do a fight, but if you took little damage, then go in and heal and pay less, or continuously do some fights, take a lot of damage, and then go back to the inn and pay more. But bear in mind, you've also got your cure spells there. Now, you can also use your cure spells in through the menu, and they will still level up. Okay? Right, so give Blizzard to Maria, and give Thunder to Maria. Okay, yep, that looks absolutely fine and dandy. Oh, look at that, we're skinned. 9 gil. So, yeah, that's about all that's going to happen in Final Fantasy 2. So, I will do one more fight, and I will stop the episode there after this fight. So yeah, I'll probably do a bit of off-screen leveling, so that my character's weapons and magic are boosted. And I would also like to get some items as well, because as you can see, for the past couple of minutes, Firian and Guy have been mostly poisoned during these fights. So yeah, I'm going to need to get some items. Yeah, and that's one other thing that I'm going to mention about this game. Remember how back in Final Fantasy 1, where if you attacked an enemy and all your other characters attacked the same one, and that enemy was defeated in battle, your other party members would continuously attack that same enemy even though he wasn't there? Well, luckily in this one, when you attack the same enemy and that enemy gets defeated, then your characters are programmed to attack the next enemy on screen, which is very, very nice. Even though that I'm pretty sure that they made that change in the kind of remakes of Final Fantasy 1 for the PlayStation 1, the PSP, and any other version. So yeah, so we'll do one more fight, and in fact, you know what? For this fight, we'll use some spells. So we'll cure Firion. We'll get a fire off on that Hornet, and since Guy doesn't have a magic yet, we will let him physical attack. So yeah, now don't worry about getting hit too much, because obviously getting hit will also increase your defense. Either that or it'll increase your health. I'm not so sure. It's either one or the other. But don't forget to also use your magic as well, because not only will it increase your magic strength, it will also increase the MP that is used to cast it. So the higher the level, the more MP it's going to cost. So yes, so you are going to have to be very, very careful, but if you know what you're doing, then it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. So yeah, see, Firion's MP increased. Okay guys, well, I think that will do it for this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some off-screen leveling and get Firion, Maria and Guy's weapons and magic points up a little bit and boost their magic as well. I'm going to get some more gil, buy some armor from the armor shop, and yeah, we will continue on with our adventure once that's all been done. So next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy II, once I have boosted all my characters up and got them some equipment, we're going to head off to the next town. So, I will see you guys then.